takeaway is that the governors really in southern New England, what we're talking about, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, have been putting out a lot of signals saying that they're open to considering pipelines. The big question that remains is what exactly that looks like, whether we're talking about greenfield projects or whether we're talking about expansions, the size. There's a lot of unknowns, but just the mere sort of rhetoric and the political signaling is a really big shift, particularly in Massachusetts, where Governor Healey had, really sort of tried to stake herself out as a pipeline opponent in the past.
Ben, from what you were able to gather, are these pipelines really necessary? Is there a big demand or an otherwise like a need here other than the Trump administration's demand that's how we get even on whatever was negotiated here?
I mean, this is a long-standing debate in New England. I think it's a region that burns a lot of natural gas, both for electricity and for heating. And I think, there's two things outside of the politics that have really changed. One is, just the pace of development for offshore wind, going to what you guys are talking about, and some of the transmission project in Maine linking the region to Canada. It took a decade. We have two offshore wind projects serving New England that are probably going to come online this year. But it took so long. I think the region is looking around, and it has previously used oil and LNG as backup to make do because of this limited pipeline capacity. And so the question I think a lot of people in the region are asking is, if you can't do offshore wind, if it takes so long to do these transmission projects, maybe we do want to do natural gas. The other thing that goes to what you guys are talking about that is a big sea change is electricity demand. Now, most of it in New England isn't due to things like data centers. Power's too expensive in New England to really have a lot of data center development. But because of electrification, ISO New England is projecting gradual, electricity demand growth, which is a really big shift for a region which, because of energy efficiency and rooftop solar, had been seeing demand go down.